Whatever that just was, as always. So, hello everybody. Hello. As usual, I'm trying to like operate things with my hands. It never goes well. For in-ear, I don't. You know, I've never used in-ear monitors before. What is up? Hello, everybody. Hi. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. I know we didn't do one last week. So, no, you know, honestly, it's not that loud in here. I'm trying a new setup right now. I just got new studio monitors. So the normal Yamaha ones are where my smaller ones were, and then I have bigger JBL monitors now. So I am trying to keep it tuned down a little bit because they're just bigger. You know, they're going to be louder. And, you know, people are sleeping in the house. Oh, you know what? There we go. My playback was still going. Bought a Nashville Telecaster. There you go. The motor pickup there. Hey, I mean, you can't beat that, can you? Hello from New Zealand. Well, hello, Krieger. Big Red Tower into Hizzy. Pick. You know what? I switched back to using these Jazz 3 picks. To be honest, just the normal red ones. Nothing too crazy. Oh yeah, the octave thing. Yeah, that was this over here. You kind of roll your tone down, you get a little bit of a different sound. Just a different kind of vibe. Doesn't handle chords very well. Eastman versus D'Angelico. I've never played either one. I did reach out to D'Angelico just because I just wanted to try one and stuff, and their offer was they would give me like a discount on one. I'm like, oh well, I've never played one of your guitars. I don't know if I want to buy it, but so I ended up not taking them up on that offer. Tony, what's up, brother? Let me turn this octave off of here. never tried. Good evening, everyone. Well, good evening, DJ. German 6 a.m. My neighbors are listening to. Thank you very much. Rick says enjoying the YouTube. Oh, enjoying your YouTube vacation. I'm not on YouTube vacation yet, so that will be starting. That's March. I'm taking all of March off, but I have the videos pre-shot now. So I think 15 videos ready to go. Which I need to keep shooting them because some will obviously be used for this month. But yeah, next month I'll be taking the full month off of not shooting or editing any videos. Pretty much just off of all social media. Probably just posting like normal dumb stuff like I always post on Instagram from time to time. But I really want to take that time away. And I'll still be doing the live streams. I left because I was playing too loud. Sam! Enjoying your lessons? Thank you guys so much. I have a bunch of other lessons coming up, I go through phases whenever I'm making videos. Like, there'll be a period where I do lots and lots of lessons, and then there'll be periods where it's more like, it's kind of like what I've been doing recently, like, the tone chasing stuff, where it's like, can a Les Paul sound like a Strat, or just that stuff. For me, I can't just do one thing all the time. Like, I want it to always be guitar fueled, but I just I couldn't do lessons all the time, but I've been in like a real lesson mood. So like I said, while I'm gone, you'll see quite a few lessons. Tone is nice, dude. Thank you very much. John Doe, what up, brother? Why is Heartbreaker such a fun riff? Because it's a Jimmy Page riff. That might be actually a John Paul Jones riff, but you know what? Jimmy Page plays it on guitar. I have a question for you. I know some sweet patterns. I would like to know a way to play sweeps in blues playing or more up-tempo, like 120 or 12 bar. I've never really found a way to necessarily infuse the sweeping into blues to where it sounded very natural, if I'm being honest. It always sounds out of place. And I've heard some really, really amazing guitar players. I'm not going to mention names because who am I to, judge those guys. But, I've heard other people do it too. And I'm like, man, sweeps are just not what that calls for. I guess it'd kind of be like playing a real bluesy solo over this like death metal jam or something. Do I still like my Marshall Origin? Yeah, I do. The effects loop had not worked on it for a very long time, and I was going to make a video talking about that because I tend to not make those videos kind of bashing gear, but I just want to let people know. And I don't know if maybe there was dust in the input jack or something, but the effects loop started working. And I just got my amp switcher, finally. So I can't say too much about it yet because the gentleman who makes these doesn't have the official release stuff yet. So once it is, I can't wait to make the video about it because it's such a cool thing. So I can switch between 4 different amps and 4 different amp cabinets. But I also have the individual effects loops from all of my amps going into the device. So then I just run my effects into the amp switcher. And I can run it right into the front of it, or it has its own separate loop. And basically that puts my effects in the loop of all 4 amps. So I'm really excited about getting that hooked up. I haven't had a chance to do it yet. Because basically I need something that is going to help support the weight of all these cables. Because basically you're going to have There'd be 12 cables plugged into it, 2 for each effects loop, and then 1 speaker. Oh, you know what? Then there's another one too. So it's 16 cables. Huh. It's a lot. A lot of cables. I need to buy cables, so. Yeah, the amp switcher will be really, really handy. Because, you know, it'll be nice because then, like I said, I can switch between the Axe effects, my Friedman cab, my Rev cab. I was thinking about at some point getting an aux, and I'd like to be able to have that too, just for something different. So, favorite EVH riff, or like, I don't know if I have a. They're all so good. When I think of EVH, get the 335 out. Let's do it. It is in the thumbnail, isn't it? 1 second. Joe, what's up? I gotta watch. I got the. I don't have a 90 right now. Whew. Sounds very, very interesting. Let me do something real quick. I don't need all that distortion on there. He knows what song that is. My guitar's out of tune. It's way out of tune. What song is it? Who can name it? Who can name it? Problems with Gibson guitars? No, I haven't had any issues. This guitar was sitting by the window, so unfortunately, I guess that stuff, but that affects any guitar. You know, that's not just Gibson. Oh, there we go. Look, Fools. There you go. Think that I'm headed for a whole lot of trouble. It almost sounds like something along those lines. Fools is off of Women and Children First, I believe. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's off Women and Children First. That it's kind of like an underrated Van Halen album, but there's just so many killer riffs. I think it has Fools, Lose Control, whatever it's called. What's the one that? Was it? Whatever that song is. It does kind of sound like Tush. Playing the same spot. Can I play John Cena's entrance music? No. If you take your whiskey. I wish I knew little guitars. I bet there's a really cool channel called PDX Guitar Freak, and man, he gets the Eddie vibe so good. Guess Charvel? It's usually on the list. I need to get this thing tilted down a little bit. Is that gonna work? Is that better or is it worse? If I prop my leg up like this, maybe. It's like the exact same. I did nothing. Clapton, not with the amp that I have set up right now, but this guitar does have a really cool kind of Clapton-y sound with the right tone. Favorite Pokemon riff? Doom, doom. Hey, Guitar Man. Lando 27 Music. Hey. How do you get out of a creative rut? Sometimes it's kind of like the stock answer that everyone says, but a lot of times I just like don't play, I guess. Or I I'll just like try not to be so focused. I guess as dumb as that might sound, because a lot of times we get really caught up on like, oh, I'm working on this. And then there will be that bad guitar day where you just like, your playing's not on point, and I'll just be like, oh, okay, I just want to like, maybe come with a riff or something, and I'll just kind of like try to not focus so much. So I guess it's kind of like noodling, which is not always the best thing to do, because it's good to have a very structured approach. But there's nothing wrong with taking that time to just let what happens happen. It doesn't always have to be that very like military structured thing. I think that a structured practice routine is incredibly beneficial, and it'll help you get the most out of your time. But sometimes you just need to like sit there. Like if I was just to sit here and be like, all right, I'm gonna come up with a riff, like whatever I played in the intro of this live stream was just off the cuff. But if I was like, okay, there we go. Joe McCarthy says, still thinking of having sessions for a few minutes. Yes, Joe, that will actually, I'll have the announcement of that all coming next week. So, those of you who don't know what Joe's talking about, so I quit doing like any kind of Skype lessons or any of that stuff like a year or so ago now at this point. I don't know how long it's been. But CBT, I don't know CBT. But I stopped doing all like teaching stuff. And what I'm going to start doing is kind of like basically like a group lesson. Like, you can get a spot. There's going to be probably like 30 spots available, and it's going to be an hour lesson, and it's going to be tabbed out. I'm going to make a backing track for us to focus on whatever the topic is at hand. So essentially it's going to be, a live Skype lesson, kind of like this, very similar to this. Like I'll be sitting here, and I'll teach each section, and there'll be like a little Q&A section at the end of each of the actual, structured content. That way if someone has questions, that is going to all be announced next week. So that's kind of like the compromise and solution, because I still get asked about Skype lessons probably 10 or 15 times a week. If I'm being honest. And yeah, like a clinic. It's basically gonna be like a clinic, but essentially what I'm gonna do is there's going to be a topic for each one, and right now I'm thinking about doing one a month. If they would end up being like super popular, then I would end up teaching the same thing twice a month. That way, if there's like a ton of people who want to get in it, and they're like, I missed it, and I'm like, oh, it's okay. I'm gonna do another one in 2 weeks. So it'll probably be held Saturday mornings. I'm just gonna like feel it out and see what day and time works best. And hopefully it's something that people dig. It's just kind of like the only way I can find a solution to getting emails from people asking me about individual lessons. Sounds pretty unique and cool. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, and that's the thing. And once you complete the lesson or whatever it is, you get like the link to the live stream and all that kind of stuff, so you can go back and watch it at any times you want, slow it down if you want to. You have the tabs and all that, and like I said, each month there will be a new topic announced. And if I'm talking about legato and you're like, I don't need to work on legato, like you don't have to like worry about it. It's not like a subscription based thing. I might offer it like the option for a subscription if there's someone who's like, hey, I know that I want this spot every single month. Then I'd be like, okay, if you want to like reserve of the 30 spots available, you can, have this. I don't know. We'll figure it out, But right now it's going to be 30. 30 peeps. I'm not a big DiMarzio guy. Yeah, I haven't found too many that I really dig with. Whoa. Made you want a semi-hollow? Dude, they're so good. A buddy of mine just got this smoking. I can't remember what year it was. A Trini Lopez though. I've always loved the way the Trinis looked. Oh, anybody who is in Ohio and is going to Guitar Fest, I can't remember the dates. I will be there. So originally I didn't know if I was going to be at Guitar Fest this year, but I will be there. You have a 63 335 copy. Nice. Daily about missing out on the 60s Gibson semi-hollow for 500. Oof. Yeah, that's a bummer, Timothy. Caffeine's like, do you get a certificate of completion? You know what? I can do that. I can do that now on my site. So maybe I will. Maybe I will. There was another big project that I wanted to do. That I was gonna be going down to Nashville, and I just decided to like wait because the whole reason I'm taking the month of March off is to take a break and just kind of like mentally like chill for a minute. And I was like, God, I'm gonna like go down there at the end of the month and start this huge project, and then I'm gonna take a month off. It's like there's no way like. I'm just gonna be like thinking of that like nonstop, like maybe I'll just go work a little bit. I'm just like, you know what? I'll wait until April, figure out schedules again, and do that stuff, and just that way there's like nothing on my plate in March, and hopefully just no stress. Captain Freedom. Not sure if that's a like sarcastic comment or if you're being a jerk. Happy rest, dude. Thank you, man. Yeah, you know. Thinking about getting a thin line strat kit and fishman pickups. Anyone have those suggestions? Ooh, nice. I always wanted, like, I don't know if I've ever played a thin line Kelly. Like a thin line strat, is that kind of like the Eric Johnson, like his newest signature? I think his is kind of like a thin line. Hashtag Jimmy Page, yeah. We're just being a jerk. Well, at least you're honest, right? You have a thin line Eric Johnson strat. That's really cool, man. I've never played one, but they look really cool. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. I don't know. I can't play BB King style. Oh man. I just came across your channel today, and I've been binging your content all day. Oh, thank you so much, man. Destina? I hope I said that right. Destina? I hope I said that right. Thank you very much for watching the channel. What would 10 years gone sound like on a semi-hollow? Well, with all of this distortion, it would sound like something, that's for sure. So why don't we take the distortion down a notch? Put on the electropots. I don't know anything about that. Have you tried the Line 6 HX stop? I have not. You know, it looks really cool. It just seems like such a small unit, and I don't know. I saw it in person, and I was like, man, that thing is small. I have such big feet. I don't think it would maybe work the best. Maybe I'm wrong, you know. But my shoes I wear like size 13 shoes, so they're, you know, big old clod hoppers. Sammy does that stuff. If you don't know who Sammy Baller is, he's so good at that stuff. How tall am I? I'm 6'2". Sammy is one of the nicest guys. I love Sammy. Cliffs of Dover's... Whoa, you know what's funny? Cliffs of Dover was played on a 335. Bam! So, your Eric Johnson fun fact of the day. Worth the investment? Yes it is. Yep, do. Whoa. Stay right there, cable. Stay right there. Oh. All this Friedman talk be like, where that Friedman at? Oh, how did I possibly do that? Some voodoo magic going on over here. Voodoo Mama Juju. very much. You ever heard the Jimmy Page show to Thank You live? Probably. I don't know if I remember off the top of my head though. Where that Friedman at? Friedman right here. Check this out. Who this? That's the more Eric Johnson-y tone that I made. But this one is more of the usual. Got cold all of a sudden the other day. Just messing with everything. Says I love the look of guitars. Yeah, you know, some people, like I said, feel very strongly about the dislike of relic guitars, but you know, like I said, this is the first one that I've ever had that was like a heavy relic guitar, and it was just fun. You know, like I said, I looked at it and I wanted to play it, and I was like, you know what, I want to do that again on the next one, just maybe not, you know, as intense, and that's what, you know, why the Vintage S is not quite as heavily relic as this one. It's still pretty heavy, but I just liked the way it felt. It just felt played in, and just felt good. So I was just kind of like, you know, order whatever guitar you want. Doesn't matter what all the haters think about it. Is our home sound insulated? Kind of. We just have really thick walls and like real thick doors. You can see the little. That's actually a draft stopper right there, and it's not for the draft. It's just for the sound. Yeah, see, so Joe has a vintage tee. So now that you've had your vintage tee for a while, Joe, like, how are you digging it? So you're still wrapping your head around it being a relic? It's weird, you know, to think about it. You know, a lot of people are so against it. But like I said, I don't know if it affects the way the guitar sounds. It just affects the way that the guitar feels. And that's, you know, so I guess it kind of does affect the way the guitar sounds, because the guitar feels so good to play, you just want to keep playing it. And it, you know, if you're playing a guitar that inspires you and makes you want to play it, you know, it's probably going to sound better than a guitar that, you know, isn't broken in and all that stuff. So I don't know any Zappa, I'm afraid. The delay is awesome. You're off to bed, Jessica. Thank you so much for tuning in. Jessica is off to bed, going to bed, rest her head. Jerry, yeah, no, my wife, I think Gabby's been playing guitar longer than I have. I'm going to put a Friedman P90 in another T-style guitar, and I'd probably carve the neck myself. Ooh, that's really cool, man. Yeah, like I said, I liked the P90 in this one so much, I put it in my gold top, and it was 100% what the gold top needed. The Duncan in the neck was great, but just that, and I didn't like the antiquity in the bridge. Caffeine Thug, going back to something you said at the start of the stream, having gone back to Jazz 3 picks, have you tried Dunlop Flow or Sharp Series picks? I have not. No, I have not tried those. I just have these. You know, I tried a bunch of picks before I switched back to these. I tried like the John Petrucci ones, the black Jazz 3 picks. I don't know what the difference between the black and the red ones were, but the red ones felt different. Or maybe it's like maybe I'm just in my own head too much. But I think they're different. Spear says, what do you expect technically from someone who's been playing for 6 months? You know what? When it comes to that, you know, I think a time frame that you've been playing is relatively, I don't want to say it's irrelevant because it's, you know, it is important. But it all depends on how much that 6-month person has played. Because I've seen guys who, you know, guys and you know, or girls who come in and in 6 months they make like huge strides because they're practicing all the time. They're getting all these new techniques down. And I've also seen the people who come in and have been playing for years and just, you know, aren't real disciplined. And unfortunately, you know, are still trying to learn a lot of techniques. So it all depends, you know, 100% practice and the style that they're going after, of course. Tony, how's that hardtail Friedman Tele compared to your hardtail Strat? I love both of those. Thank you, dude. You know what? It's funny. They're really different, but they have this, there's this characteristic to it that, I don't know. Joe, did you get a hardtail or did you get one with a trim? Any hardtail guitar, for some reason, has this like bounce and snap to it. So even though the Strat and the Vintage T sound completely different, there's this like similar kind of like snap and just bounce to the note. I don't know how to describe it. And what I just kind of like, you know, through process of elimination, I'm like, it has to just be the fact that they're both hardtails. There's just like, I don't know how to describe it other than there's like a bounce to the note. How's the old Strat with some SRV? Oh, it does some SRV mighty fine, I might say. I just don't have a whammy bar. I have the whammy bar. I don't have it hooked up. I'd cry if the, you know, the bar would break in the tremolo system or something. And I have the trim docked and it's got 5 springs on it. Connor says, I have the same 79 Les Paul as you. My neck gets unbelievably sticky and makes the guitar almost unplayable. Any tips? I love the guitar and want to play it, but the neck is just awful. Oh, wow. You know, I honestly don't have that issue with mine. The neck on mine is lacquered. Oh, wow, Tony. Just because you rock, dude. Thank you so much, Tony. I appreciate that, man. Oh. All this movement. It's more moving than I've done in like weeks. Les Paul. Yeah, so for this one, I think I've played this one so much. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it or not. Thank you again, Tony. No, you would never be able to see it. Maybe you can, I don't know. I've worn the lacquer off of different parts of the back of the neck. So like this is it's actually pretty rough. So maybe that's like in my favor that I have worn the lacquer down. Pretty in tune for Gibson. Everyone's always making fun of the Gibsons. Look at this puppy. In tune. do you prevent back problems? Well, I think I sit relatively straight. I mean, like I guess I don't. I guess whenever I'm like really focused, I do lean over. So far I haven't had any back problems, but I'm sure it's just tough on your back sitting like this all the time. Nope. Always stay in tune. Flame tops or plain tops? On a Les Paul, I don't like a real flamey top. I've never really liked quilt tops on a Les Paul. I like plain tops, and I like a lighter flame. Always, I think looks really, really cool. But I've seen other ones that are just beautiful looking guitars. So it's just whatever. An all mahogany Strat, which is finishing with a true. Oh, nice. P rows, three pickups. HSH, nice. That's really good, man. I'm curious how that goes for you, buddy. To play a Friedman Metro D yet, Robert? Considering one. Yeah, no, the Metro Ds are really, really nice. Those are definitely like super good guitars. The only reason I never really like pursued getting a Metro D is just because I was like, I already have my single cut guitar, and I played them and I didn't like them more than this guitar, but there's no doubt that they were really good guitars. Ron, where you been, Ron? I don't know what I'm trying to do here. Loud. What is your loudest guitar? Loudest guitar? Well, I guess the 335 is not really fair because it's a semi-hollow. I'd say my two loudest guitars are the Friedman Strat and then my white Strat. Those two guitars are so loud. Little Roadie Guitars. Hey Robert, were you able to check out the new Inspired Epiphones on NAMM? I did not. I didn't play any Gibsons. We walked around the booth a couple times and we went up there to watch Phil X play, but I did not try anything because the Gibson booth was so busy. You couldn't really try anything. The only actually guitar that I touched while I was in there was we looked at the Kramers, oddly enough. And we were just amazed at how heavy they were. Because I was with Steve from Boston. And I remember last year, is it the Nighthawk or the Night Swan? See, I don't know much about Kramers. But I remember I picked one up. This was last NAMM. And I was like, oh my God, this thing's so heavy. It felt like it weighed 10 pounds. And this year we went over there and Steve said he's like, oh, yeah, everything about these, but they were so heavy. I said, they were. Last year when I picked them up, they were super heavy. And we picked up another one, and sure enough, it was like super heavy. I'm like, man, I don't know why these guitars are so heavy. Oh, Joe, you're looking at a Fender Custom Shop 63 Strat. That's really nice, man. The Custom Shop guitars are so, so, so good. Nice one, that's what it was. time wiring up a pedal train nano board. Ooh, nice. I don't know why I've been so into fuzzes lately. So your fuzz, like the fuzz thing instantly caught my attention. Oh, some of the Kramers were maple bodies. That explains it. I must have just happened to have grabbed a maple body one then. Because it was so heavy. It's like some Les Paul countrified. Oh, hold on. I have a newer vintage Pacer. It's heavier than my Les Paul. Wow. I wonder if it's maple. That would definitely explain all the weight. Did you get over to me? I did not go to Fender. No, I did not. I always heard that maple was really heavy. Walnut's a real heavy wood. This is what I've heard, you know. But yeah, I think that's why they don't. What is it? They'll do like semi hollows because it's all, you know, hollowed out. But I saw something. What did it say? Gibson CO about the weight relieving. Jerry said the Gibson CO is really cutting back on weight relief models because they are harder to manufacture compared to solid bodies. I bet. And, you know, a lot of people do want, you know, I'm not going to say they want like a crazy heavy Gibson. Like this guitar is so heavy. It's crazy heavy. My Les Paul is too heavy. But my Gold Top, where is it? Oh, it's right there. Is heavy, but it feels good. You know, like I'm like, okay, you know, I just like having a little bit of weight to the guitar, and you know, I'm sure as you get older, you don't want that. But for now, you know, I enjoy, you know, having that little bit of weight. Like I said, like this one, it's too heavy, but it's just you know, a matter of getting used to it, I guess. Rip dip 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 boom. Robert wears a dress. You know what I do? I wear this. It's really, the designer's called Keith Stewart. Great dress designer. Very good. Jet City is so down. I've never played a Jet. Oh, you know what? I have played a Jet City, and it was really good. don't even think about buying. Don't even think about buying Gibsons anymore. Yeah, they seemed like they were really like on the ball there for a while. I don't think I've played any of the 2020s. I think I played 2019s. So, what does that see? I'm definitely not actively looking for another Gibson right now. Like I said, my big goal this year is probably to sell some stuff and get an old telly. I'd like to get an old telly, and then I really think I'd be like set. I'd have my old Strat, my old telly. I don't know if you guys consider this to be like, old, like vintage, but Jet City Woman. Jet City Woman. Circuit guitars? Yeah, the circuit guitars are really nice. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like I would love to own like an old Burst or something like that, but that's just, it'll never happen. Unless I become like a vampire and I can stay alive a few lifetimes to save up the money for one. Did I play this? Maybe did I play a Zeppelin riff? I might have. I don't know. They just happen instantaneously. This now. I need a Sully guitar or a whiskey barrel guitar. Oh, those are cool. I know. I met Sully. I guess it was a few years ago now. I met him in Dallas. I've never played one of his guitars, but they look cool. I'm just kind of like trying to figure out what Zeppelin riff I played. How's it go? Goes. That's what it is. Okay. Thank you for the super chat, dude. Keith's making fun of my long hair. Just kidding, man. Thank you for the super chat, dude. It just struck me. I've had more Conrad guitars than anything. I've never even heard of a Conrad guitar. How cool is that? Man, I don't know why it's so hard for me to remember that. good. Oh, Keith, thank you again, man. What do I think about the new Epiphones? I did not get to play any of them. The newest Epiphone I've played is the Jared James Nichols guitar, which I think is very, very good. It's a very nice guitar. But I do like how they incorporated the new headstock. I think that is a really, really smart move because so many people hate the Epiphone headstock. I personally have never had an issue with it. I've never really thought twice about the Epiphone headstock, but I think that them kind of adapting a little bit more of that traditional, but this is the shovel style headstock, so this is a little bit different. But I think that's a smart move from them, and I think it looks cool. I have friends who he has Gibson Customs, and he has a bunch of Epiphones, and he plays Epiphones live, and just pretty much leaves his Customs at home and loves them. He's the guy who bought my buddy Jake. He owns I had an Epiphone for a while, an old one at this point. That would have been I would have gotten it probably 12 years ago, and it was great. I didn't have any issues with it at all. I can't talk. I saw over here. Javier Martinez, dude, thank you so much for the super chat. That is awesome. Thank you guys. I really do appreciate that. Oh, snap. Oh. Trog has been finding quality issues. So maybe we'll get an F1 Freedom P9. Yeah, dude, try it, man. I tell you what, Joe, if you like a bigger neck, like I know you like the Cronus neck a lot, for an Epiphone, just like I said, if you get to try one, I'm telling you, try one of the Jared James Nichols ones with the it just has the one P90 in it. I'm telling you, just try one because it's got a big neck, but it's the satin on it, and it feels really, really good. How much does this Gibson weigh? I don't remember. I'm trying to think. When I was over at Austin, or Trogley's house, he weighed it, and I want to say it was almost 11 pounds. But I don't totally remember. TJ is asking, what are my thoughts on EMG pickups? I've played a lot of different guitars with the EMG pickups, and I'll be honest, I've never really cared for them, except for my Iconic, which is right there, has the EMG retroactive pickups, and I think those are really, really good. They don't take a battery like a normal EMG or anything like that, but they just sound good. They're a really solid pickup. There we go. You out here, Little Roadie Guitar? Have a great night. Little Roadie Guitar. melody guitar. Who knows what that song was? Who can name this one? Stone in love. Those crazy nights, I do remember. Those were the memories of my life. In the middle of the pouring rain. I don't actually know if those are the words or not. And I think I'm playing something wrong there. But we covered that song in the last band I was in. Yeah. But I don't remember the right way to play it. It's something like that. There's like little nuances I'm missing. Those crazy nights. Hey, Steve from Boston. I was just talking about you, man. Were your ears burning? It's got smart talk. Oh man. Don't worry. What I was saying about you was wicked smart. I don't have the right accent. I can't do it. How much soul do you have to play the blues? You know, you gotta have mad soul, which I don't have. So I don't know if I can. Any way that you want me? Wait. You want me to want you? I want... Sweet picking. Ah, my hands. Wicked smart. Calm down, smarty pants. You just hit the clicker. Oh, that commercial. Now, I've seen it too many times now, but when it came out, that's a genius commercial. I never knew that I needed to experience John. Was it John or Jim? Well, Jim's the Office. John Krasinski. Well, that's supposed not really like a sweeping guitar. Also, at 1 a.m., it's also not sweeping territory for me. But the sweeping stuff, it all depends. You know, it's kind of interesting just to learn different chord shapes. You know, because it doesn't have to all be like a one note per string kind of sweep. I think a lot of people learn it that way, and if you can do it, that's awesome. I'm not like real good at the like the traditional ones. My buddy Garrett Peters is he's like an incredible guitar player, but he can do those, and I always had a really hard time with that. Like if I really like sat there and warmed up, I could do it. Oh. See, but my hands are just not in sync right now. But I've talked about this in other streams. But like what I like to do for sweep picking is what I call it the 2-1-2. So it's not all they say wicked ka, but it should be wicked awesome ka or wicked cool ka. But when I do arpeggios a lot, I typically don't do like the standard. So like if I was doing, like I always say, if I'm doing like an A minor, I do that, which is technically an A minor 7, but I just use it like a normal A minor. Oh, I can't do it. I'm so bummed out because my frets are on their last leg, kind of on this guitar too. I finally like played them out on this. You can see they're not very high. They're not high anyways on 70s guitars, Les Pauls, but there's just not much left in it, I'm afraid. And I'm so bummed out, but I might take it with my Strat to get them both refretted at the same time. But I know how much more I would love this guitar if it had, you know, bigger frets on it. Like my Gold Top, I play all the time. I play this one all the time, but the Gold Top just has more modernized frets on it. Oh my god. Is that what that guitar was? I don't even know. This one. Cliffs of Dover. How I wish I could. I would need to switch back to the Cliffs of Dover tone. I mean, I would play it note for note perfect, but to switch back to the tone, man, that's the... No. I cannot play Cliffs of Dover. It's a lower output pickup. I can't do it. And my guitar's totally out too. Okay, this weather has been all the guitars. What world was this where the Les Paul was in tune? Oh, this is the color of your vintage tee. Dude, Joe, that's awesome. Oh, thank you, Steve. Yeah, man, I love this guitar so much. It completes me. Rob, but yeah, that tone just does not have enough distortion for me. When my hands are just like, you know, total dogs like they are tonight, they're just not being good. I need all the distortion I can get to get my hands through it. Lots of distortion and lots of reverb, please. Do you ever listen to tapping arpeggio or swept arpeggios? I really like the sound of tapped arpeggios, like when they're played real smooth and clean, which is what I can't do. But there's definitely a sound to that, you know, where it's just very, very smooth sounding. I haven't practice it enough to get it like real clean. But I do like that sound. But I also like arpeggios, not necessarily when they're like crazy fast, but I do love like a real nice arpeggiated thing. So for some reason your comment got blocked, Joe. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you gotta have delay. On delay. I think the issue is like I have not. I didn't play guitar at all yesterday, and I didn't play guitar at all today until right before the stream, and it's all just because I'm like, grow a John Petrucci beard. I wish. It's all just because I guess I've just been focused on editing so much. Like I want to get all those videos for next month done. Because actually, here's the thing. So I guess this is what I didn't talk about. So next month, I'll let you guys know, I'm taking the whole month off of YouTube, but I have videos pre-shot for the entire month. So I'm gonna like step away from YouTube, Instagram, all that kind of stuff next month. But what I'm gonna do with that month, it's not like I'm just like not gonna play guitar. What I want to do is I want to work on stuff just like in a more leisurely thing. So I'm working on a guitar course, and I'm writing an 80s metal like EP, like a 4-song EP. My buddy, who is an amazing sound guy, is going to like mix it for me and all that stuff. So I'm going to be writing all that material in that month. And it's just going to be, and I want to get back just to practicing. Just playing for the sake of like, for the love of it, and because I just want to get better. Because, I'm just like, I got to like get all this stuff done so I can take the time off. Yep, a whole month. But so Steve, I have all the videos shot. So I have 15 video. I'm ahead right now, 15 videos. So obviously I need to finish this month out and get this month's videos done as well. But I have enough videos to where I'll still post 3 videos a week like I always have, and but I'm gonna have them all scheduled, done, emails prepped, everything. And I got to get it all done in the next 2 weeks, which should have it good to go. And I'm gonna have everything done, and I'm gonna like completely like remove myself. So unfortunately, I won't be commenting much on those videos, and it's not to be a jerk. It's just because I just want to like step away from social media as much as possible. And that's just because, I've talked about it in other streams, but I've uploaded like 3, 4, or 5 videos every week for 8 or 9 years now at this point, and I've never taken a break. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna take a break. But I gotta get it done ahead. With your inner Steel Panther. Yeah. No, I have like tons of music, but the downside of it is like a lot of times like you guys only ever hear my original material if it's like in a demo or for a product or something like that, and then I write a song for it. And I was like, well, I have all these like other like songs, and I've never done anything with them. And I there's some other like 80s stuff coming up, but I was like, I just want to do like an 80s EP. So, it's just going to be like and just whatever else there is in that. But yeah, I just want to like write music for the fun of writing music, because I was like, man, I got all this like gear and stuff, and I don't really write much music. What year is my vintage? My Strat is a 63. Down. Because it's over. I guess your AIDS are. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I lost the comment. It's just gone forever. Alright, most guys your age are not into 80s music. Thank God you are. Yeah, dude, the late 80s is just, I love it so much. Would it be okay if I drop your name in another YouTube music creator in a chat who is down to earth like yourself? He's a synth player. Sure, man. Show enough. Where is this? The Strat's here. I started the stream on the Strat. But I can grab it again. It's right here beside me. Here it is. You know what? And actually, on this Strat, I want to hear that other tone that we were using earlier. Strats fan. It is the Strat. It is so stratty. It is the Strat for me. I want that note. How do I get that note? I'm just like, why? I was like, how do I get that note? But it's because I had literally 2 fingers on the same string. Yep. Classic. My brain just not working. Anyways. What is better, Squire or Fender? I think the best one is whatever one's in your hand, man. Whatever one you're playing, that's the best. Did I fart when I stood up? I did not. But next time, if I do, I'll let you know. George, I will let you know. Do you like custom shop strats? I do, yeah. I've played a bunch of them. I did like them. I prefer my Friedman over the custom shop strats I played. There is this really nice butterscotch Blackguard Telly custom shop that I played, and I've played it 2 or 3 times now, and I really, really like it. But you know, I'm saving up. I just want to get an old Telly, so I'm gonna sell some stuff and get rid of it. Lenny. What does it do? I can't remember what it does now. go. I think he might do it up there though. I can't remember. There it is. But I also don't remember how to play it very well. It's an amazing, amazing song, though. I forgot that one part, though. I have so much distortion on. Nope. Something. I don't remember it. Can I play Eruption? I can't. Not very well, anyways. Sweet, thank you very much. Top Jimmy. I don't know Top Jimmy either. More If I play that wrong, I think I'm playing it wrong. Explorer, it would be great with the music that you like. Oh, thank you, man. You know, maybe at some point, but I will say that it's just not super high on my list of guitars right now. But if maybe like the right time kind of arose, then maybe, because I do think that they look awesome. You know, Explorers look so cool. Can't do that song with all that all that on there. Hold on. It's the coolest riffs ever. How's it go? I wonder, is Steve from Boston here? I don't know. I thought I saw. I don't know if Steve's going to the Dallas Guitar Show or not. when random chords just work together. So what? So basically, like an F sus2 would be the. Pretty solid little progression there. So F sus2. Oh, that's not what I thought it was. That's just a root and a third. So we go from F to G. I don't know what the E would be. And A minor. Sounds great. You'll be in Dallas. Awesome. I will not be there. That uses Liferson chords. I don't know much about Alex's playing style, so I don't really know chordally what he kind of like favored. I do declare. Oh, you know what? I just clicked on the wrong thing. Now it's opening up Final Cut Pro. I don't want you to open up Final Cut Pro, but you're gonna do it anyways, aren't you? All right, there we go. Steve, you're going to be all alone. All alone in Dallas Island, eating barbecue. No, I think Rev is going to be there. I can't play Hendrix with the Strat, unfortunately, because the copyright stuff is so strong with Hendrix stuff. Ow. Joe, I do. Yeah, Joe, I have it right here. It's right beside me. It's not set up right now because I haven't played it recently, so it does need to be set up. But the guitar is really nice. Boom, boom, boom. I love you. I love you too, brother. Cemetery Gates. How does that go? I can't remember it. Some of those riffs, it's just been, I learned them, so many years ago. Oh, is he? Okay, cool. You did a cover of Cemetery Gates. Oh, that's cool. That's a beast of a song. Sorry. Do I get a lot of videos demonetized? Fair amount. Yeah, I do. Unfortunately, I just got another one demonetized. what was it? This one was like an old one, but yeah, a decent amount. You know, it's funny because the so I did a video on this guitar, the Dream Guitar video, which I did an entire Hendrix song on there, but it was kind of like rearranged a little bit different and played differently. And that one did not get a copyright claim, but the follow-up video that I did for this one did get a copyright claim. And if you want to know like how much these like copyright things affect this stuff, it was really funny because the video ended up getting the follow-up video where I told the story of that Jim told me. Nothing but greedy. Oh man, that's sad. But anyways, sorry. That video got like, it was like 200,000 views or something, close to 200,000, whether it's less or more. But it was crazy because I think like I got claimed because I played Hendrix in the very beginning. I think I played. Did I play Hey Joe? I can't remember what Hendrix song I played. Wind Cries Mary, and it got claimed. And I think the video I ended up making like $5 off the video. You know, like here's this great video, took all this time to put together, and they just took like all the money from it because I played the 20 seconds in the intro of a Hendrix riff. Stepsister Janie. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, it's a real shame. Thank you very much, Austin. It's very kind of you. Yeah, it is easy money for them. Because but that's just kind of where I had to kind of come to terms with sometimes like if there's videos I want to make, it doesn't bother me as much if I'm kind of like going into the video like this is probably going to get demonetized, it's I don't want that to stop me from making the videos I want to make. It's like the 10 riff videos. A lot of those get demonetized. Where I pick 10 of your guys' riffs, but I'm like, but to me that's such like a community style video, I think that it's for one, it's just a fun video. It's a great excuse to learn these riffs, but it's like I'm taking the suggestions from you guys versus it all just being about me all the time, picking the stuff, and I'm like, even if they do get demonetized, it's still a lot of fun. And I think the point of the video is, more than just being about money. So, how much are vintage Strats? It all depends, man. There's many variables. If you're wanting like an all original paint, you're probably talking $30,000 or something. If you get like a refinish, it's way more affordable, and it just depends what all original components that the guitar is missing. But mine's a refin, so mine is not an all original. I would love to have something like that, but that original paint on there. But it's just that's like owning like a burst or something, along those lines. There's so much money, and I'm like. To me, the most important thing that I wanted in an old guitar that I cared the most about was like, well, the body and the neck need to be original, and I wanted the pickups. And I know there's a lot more that goes into it, like the pots and, there's all these other things. But I was like, the big things that I wanted was the neck, the body, and the pickups to be original. everything else could have been done, non-original, which then brings the price down a bunch. And I'm like, I can put a more, era correct or, original stuff in it as time goes on. But, I didn't want to mess with the neck and the body, and the pickups were, I just old wood and the pickups. That's what I wanted. I do like acoustic. I'd love to get like a nice Martin or something at some point. Paul Davids did a video at Norm's and showed some of the price. Yeah, dude. But see, that's the thing. So a lot of those guitars that Norm has, those are like original paint. Like those are, some of those look like he picked them up off the shelf back in, 59, or that Strat he had, that hardtail Strat, which Joe Bonamassa ended up getting. That red hardtail was a 64. That thing looked brand new. And that's all original paint, all that stuff. But also, there's a lot of factors that go into it that you have to research, and it all depends on what you care about, because maybe you don't care about it being pre-CBS. Maybe that means nothing to you. And also, maybe you like a bigger headstock. Well, you could get a 65 Strat, which is going to have your CBS, the big 70s headstock on it. And what's the Rosewood? Indian Rosewood, I think is what they had on them. But that's the thing, Norm has these, guitars that are just in immaculate condition. Yeah, he hides them from. Yeah, who knows what guitars Norm has? He could probably retire tomorrow and just sell all his guitars to Joe. Any tips for someone just starting out on a guitar? What songs should you try to learn first? Oh man. One of the best things you can do is figure out what's the music that inspired you to want to play. And there's a lot of really, simple bass. There's still a lot of technique involved in it, but some simple stuff like a lot of AC/DC. Like something like that, and if I'm playing it wrong, someone tell me. I don't know much, unfortunately, of the Bon Scott era AC/DC. We'll see how much that upsets everyone. But something like that, man. Just an E5, then an A5. So you're going holding down second fret on the A, open low E string. Third fret low E string is how I would teach people starting out. Then you do the same thing, but it's an open A string and a second fret on the D. So if you can get that down, then do the 3 again. There you have it. So don't learn Neon by John Mayer. A lot of that stuff. One of the first songs I could ever play, which is kind of a hard one to play, but it was Kryptonite by Three Doors Down. That B minor chord is such a pain. Remember, that took me forever to get to where I could just go to a B minor. Went down to Georgia. I don't know much Black Sabbath other than like the standard, like everyone knows it, or other than Rat Salad. There you go. Rat Salad for you. Oh, man. Can you share a little bit on your right hand technique? Right hand technique. I have a lot of distortion going right now. Let me kill some of that distortion. I just had someone else ask me about that the other day, and I don't think I'm like a super clean player. It's it's pretty gritty. But a lot of that I think all comes from learning like Stevie Ray Vaughan stuff. Because if you don't know how, just like something simple like that. Which I'm not like good at that because I've never been like good at mimicking Stevie the best. But that's where I first learned how to do that kind of stuff. And then it was learning a lot of like Nuno stuff. If you listen to like Nuno Betancourt, he's always going like, what's the song? It's just like stuff like that where it's real groovy, but it's kind of like percussive. So to me that was it, but a lot of it is the left hand muting. Which I think it allows me to have like a more relaxed right hand where it's kind of a little bit more funky. Because sometimes people will have like a real stiff right hand where it'll barely move, but if you're doing like that real funky stuff, you kind of need to be able to. So 2 months, I only know bits and pieces of 6 different songs. Hey, that's fine, man. Who knows how long it was before I could play a full song? I can't play full songs right now. It's a monster. Spanish Fly, yeah, I can't play that one. I don't know any Gilmore. I'm afraid. Oh man, now that I did that, that means that I lost the patch that I had on here, which was Drive 2. Nope, where was that? Here we go. Which I've been getting like into like the fuzz sounds and all that stuff so much. Asking if you own a fish bass guitar. I do own a bass guitar. I think you can see it. Yeah, right there. I don't know what a fish bass guitar is. That's just like a starter bass. Is all I have is a rather inexpensive Squire. I think it's literally the ones that comes in the starter kits. Do I know a slap bass? I don't. I'm not a good bass player. Have I ever been to Georgia? I have been to Georgia. Can I play Shiny Crazy? No, I honestly don't know any David Gilmour stuff, other than like a little tiny bit of. I don't know the name of the song. I Wish You Were Here. I think that's all I know. I never could get into Pink Floyd, I'm afraid. People are rocking well. People. Oh, dude, thank you so much, Carl. That's very, very kind of you, man. Thank you. You just went. What does RJ call it? Taco fund. So we're getting up early to go get donuts before Mason's staying with my mom tomorrow. Cause he has. Man, talk about. Oh, actually, you know what? I have 2 stories to tell you guys. Forgot about this. One story here to keep you all interested. My wife's ultimate revenge on my guitars. I'll tell you about that in a second. And the other thing is this little jerk. Oh no, is my son has just been like scoring it big with the weather lately. He's been getting the best like. He hasn't had a full week of school in 3 weeks. So because he had like 2 weeks ago. No, I'm sorry. 2 weeks ago he wasn't feeling the best. I don't think he was like sick. I think he was just like I'm not good enough to go to school. So he stayed home, and he had that Monday off. So then he had obviously Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday off, and then the next week, which is this week that we just had, he had. Oh no! And then that last week, then he ended up having a snow day on Friday. So he only went to school Wednesday and Thursday last week. Then he comes into this week, and he's like, Monday school sucks, Tuesday school sucks, Wednesday, and then I think Wednesday he had a snow day. Thursday, he had a snow day. Friday, which is Valentine's Day, he wanted to go to school that day. He had a 2-hour delay, and all pumped up, and then like he doesn't have school Monday because of President's Day. I'm like, when do you go to school? But yeah, so there's that one. But no, my wife had the ultimate comeback against me. So I was being super annoying, purposely. And what happened was my Cali broke a string. So I changed the strings on it. I just changed the one string. And then anyone who owns a Floyd Rose, it's like the most annoying thing in the world. I hate changing strings on a Floyd Rose. Then I come up here later that day. Callie's still sitting in the desk, on the desk. I just changed the string, and I pick it up to play it, and I'm like, "What? Oh, my high E string's gone. It's broken." I'm like, "How did I break the high string? I haven't even played the thing." Well, Gabby told me like later. She's like, "So, how's that high E string on your guitar?" I'm like, "It was you." So she came up here after I wouldn't leave her alone. Because I was leaving, and I was getting we have a puppy, and I was getting him all fired up and all this stuff, and I was just annoying her, and she came up here, and she cut the high E string off the guitar, off the Floyd Rose. So it was a cold comeback. So anyways, lesson that I learned is that I need to like put all the Floyd Rose guitars away whenever I decide I'm gonna like bug her and stuff before I have to leave the house. Do you want ACC? I went to Mountain. Oh, nice. Yeah, like Mountain is in like Leslie was. Yeah, totally prank. It was just funny because like I didn't know like instantly she'd done it. I was just like, how in the world? Because and the string broke in a weird place. Like it was, I like remember I grabbed it and it was like it broke here. I'm like, that's so weird. Like because on a Floyd normally it breaks here or up here or something like that. But it broke here. I was like whatever. And then like later she said that and it was like all. I'm sure like in my face you could see like all the pieces of the puzzle coming together. I'm like, it was you. Do I respect all music? Yeah, I think that it does. I can respect it and not like it, but I feel like if it's inspiring to someone else, like who cares what anyone else thinks? There's there's so many people who make fun of 80s hair metal, which I love hair metal and I love rock and roll music and it's that kind of stuff that I love. And there's people like, oh, that's like that's dad rock, which I call that too, just to be funny. But and it's just like, but that doesn't bother me or anything like that. I'm just like, I just play what inspires me to play. So I think that if you're forcing yourself to play something that you don't like, you're just missing the whole kit and caboodle about music. You broke your finger playing guitar. How did that happen? The first guitar was called a Samick. It was a silver, basically like a Strat copy. Catch you later. Thank you, Joe. Have a great night, man. Oh, fingers just decided not to work. It is really weird because with these new monitors, it sounds so. I don't know if just the other monitors were so broken in, but it'll take me a little bit to get used to these monitors. I use 10 to 46 on pretty much everything I have. 11s on 1152s on a couple guitars. Bam. Scuba stat, got it. Yep. 10s, 11s on the 335. You out of here, Zach? Oh, have a great night. I'm getting tired. Your channel. So thank you, dude. Thank you so much for subscribing and hanging out. I hope you have a great night, Zach. Much appreciated, man. Talking Heads. I can't think of what their songs are off the top of my head. Is it normal to cry when you play? I don't know if I've ever cried when I played, but you know what, man? Rock it. Where do you want to reach with music in your life? I just want to keep having music as my just job. I have no aspirations to tour and do any more traveling. Like I feel like I've done enough of that, for myself, to where I'm just kind of like, I don't want to travel anymore. I don't want to do it. Some very light traveling is fine, but yeah, I just want to keep doing this. Like I honestly, I mean, who knows if YouTube's forever, but I like making videos. I like teaching. I like sitting here talking to you guys at 2 o'clock in the morning, playing guitar. So, I don't foresee me getting tired of this. Money for nothing, man. I don't know if I can play that one. How's that go? Trying to remember it. This is about as close as you're gonna get. I cannot, dealing with one of the best ever out there, and I cannot play at all. The finger picking stuff is so challenging on that. Can a guitar catch on fire? Well, as long as it's made of wood, I imagine it's a pretty safe bet. Trying to see how much life my hands have left in them. The answer after that, not much. What month is... Oh, it's my birthday. My birthday's in June. Wonderful June. The summer month. I could do the Dimebag Squeals on a guitar with a Floyd Rose. I need a whammy bar to do it, though. Jimmy had no problem doing it. True. Alright, what guitar should we end the stream with, guys? Other than the Cali, which has a broken string. What ones haven't we used? We haven't used the Gold Top. We haven't used the Charvel. We have not used the Iconic. Is it 335? The Cronus and PRS. I'll leave it at those. Headbang. Well, I already played the 335. And I already played the KM. Oh, I saw two people for the gold top first. So gold top it is. So it was written and so it was done, or said, whatever that expression is. Definitely got to figure out and get these speakers tuned in or used to them, you know, a little bit more. Guitar sounds funky tonight to me. Wow, this guitar, the neck is so different from the Strat. I can't do the next one. Oh. Not on a Les Paul. Mountain. think how that one goes. How does In the Light go? Down, down. Can't remember it now. I don't know much about Carbon, I'm afraid. Uh, 2020 Gibson. I haven't played any of the 2020 stuff yet, I'm afraid. Alright, we can see if this turns into anything. Let me turn this mic off. The whole solo is just nothing but that. The whole time. down, 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 down. Are you ready? Down. Alrighty. Yeah, kind of the page. I think kind of Zach Wild vibe. Nope. Tell my hands are shot. They're too tired. I can't do it. Burning down the house. That's Talking Heads? Okay, yeah, they jam. We'll leave it at that. So, other than that, guys, any quick final questions, and then we're gonna call it a night. And a huge thank you to everyone who sent in super chats and questions and hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. Rock Lobster. How's Rock Lobster go? I know it. I know how to play it. I played it before. How was my day? My day was great. You know, I love Saturdays and Sundays so much now. They're my favorite days of the week. Rock Lobster. I cannot think of the rhythm. I have that other rhythm stuck in my head right now. Rock Lobster. Thank you, guys. No, thank you. Well, I don't know how great my side of it was, but you know, you guys made my night great. Great, anyways. It's a bit soon myself. Nice. The metronome practice a lot. Not as much as I should anymore. I probably should practice with a metronome a lot more. Shred the blues scale. Blues scale shredded. Is music theater really worth the time and trouble? Yes, 100%. 100%. Even like I said, I'm playing pretty bad tonight. But, you know, music theory makes you play a lot better because you kind of know what's going on. What time is it? It's 2:30 a.m. here. Great team. Thank you guys all so much. I appreciate you all hanging out with me. It really does mean a lot. New videos on Monday. I'll keep you guys posted. Like I said, to those of you who weren't here earlier or don't know, basically I'll be taking the whole month of March off. from YouTube. Videos will be posted like normal. I have videos pre-shot now. And I'll still be doing the live stream, so it'll seem like I'm not gone, but I won't be as active in the comments and responding to emails and messages and all that kind of stuff throughout the month of March. But you guys will still get 3 videos a week, and I'll still be doing a couple of live streams as well. And what's the fun thing? That Joe was asking me. Next week I'll be announcing. It's like Skype lessons. Basically, it's going to be like a clinic style lesson format to people who want to get a ticket to it. So that'll be available. There'll be 30 of those, and it's going to be an online format, all that good stuff. So you'll see more. If you're on my mailing list, you'll get an email about it, and I'll post about it on the community section here, but I won't actually be making a video about it. So other than that, I'm going to bounce in here. Later, Steve. Big Red Tower, thank you so much for always being such an awesome moderator. We all appreciate how hard you work. Sam, you're a bum. I'm just kidding. You're awesome. So I'll see you guys all later. Have a good rest of your night. And I'm going to go sleep because tomorrow we're waking up early to go get donuts. Whoa, it's going to be make you go to... Oh, actually, you know what? One more thing that you guys have to go check out because it's incredible. It's amazing. So have you heard of this thing called Cameo? I keep seeing all these stupid commercials for it. It looks so dumb. But every once in a while, there's a couple of them that I'm like, I would order a video from this person. You have to go find Ric Flair, his Cameo. Oh my God, it is incredible. I want to order a video from him so bad. But to get a video from him, it's $500. I'm like, that's crazy. But you have to go check out this Cameo stuff that he's doing. It's amazing. Man, the last one, he was just like, Edgar, you are the kiss-stealing, wheeling-dealing, coolest guy in the world, even in your socks and sandals. Woo! It's so good. Oh, man. Yeah, dude, you have to go. Just look it up. Look up the Ric Flair Cameo. Oh, it's the best thing I've seen in a long time. Man, it's really good. So other than that, I'm out here, guys. I ending the stream on a high note. Ric Flair, woo! So I'll see you guys.